But don't forget, we did it for you too, getting up at 7 or 6 for games. Time zones are fun.
Yeah, I should add that I'm from Iceland, but yay, still in Iceland. Okay, so we've actually started streaming.
Yay.
Yay! Hello, world. Much fun to be had. Um, so yeah, I'm your dungeon master for the evening. Um, I'm Oscar, or Oscar, or however you want to pronounce it. Doesn't matter. Um, and we are playing. We are playing Eberron in the. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons in the Eberron setting. Um, a few things. Okay, so someone is a little loud with background noise, I think.
Can't hear anything.
No, okay, that's maybe it's just me then.
Unless it's my microphone crackling.
He might be.
Yay. It does that occasionally. I'm really sorry. Just yell at me if it does.
Yeah, I'm joined here with Andreas, Matt, Natalie, Cake, and Danny
Mhm.
from all over the world. And yeah, gonna play Dungeons and Dragons and have fun. Good times, good times. Um, so the Eberron setting is one of the newer settings that made for Dungeons and Dragons. It was I think the last setting made for 3.5. We're using the fifth edition rules for this one, um, and it has some interesting elements to it. Um, and I am pretty sure I forgot a book out in the living room, so I'm gonna have to go get that later on. But for now, in any case, um, there Eberron is kind of like more like pulp and noir feel to it. Where our story is going to take place in the largest city of the setting, called Sharn, also known as the City of Towers. Because instead of expanding outwards, the city decided to expand upwards. Um, and its close connection to the elemental plane of air kind of allows it to do that. Of course, that also means that sometimes there are accidents and a tower or two may collapse. And that's terrible, actually, considering. In this setting, magic is not exactly high magic, it's more like widespread. So you can find elements of magic in everyday life. For example, in Sharn, they've devised sky boats that pretty much just kind of like cabs in the city, um, that will take you from one point to another. Um, there are alchemists almost everywhere. You can find all sort of minor magical items. Uh, for example, a stone that you can strap on your arm to tell you the time of day or something like that. One of the biggest magical element or magical thing that was created were the Warforged, which are more kind of like living golems. They were created for a war known as the Last War that had been raging, or more or less, for about a century, until it ended about 2 years ago. And your characters all fought in that war. At some point, you fought together or assisted each other during the war, and there was a sixth individual called Aldane, a half elf that has called for your aid, and asked you to meet him at the Rhodes Cross Inn, which I believe was supposed to be in one of the middle districts of the city, in the middle, one of the middle wards. So the Rhodes Cross Inn is essentially just an inn that is stationed, takes up pretty much a whole 2 stores of a tower. There are bridges that lead up to the tower from all sides, which is why it's called Rhodes Cross, and pretty much forms a cross. And I think we should have Ashtari arrive first. So, Andreas, you're allowed to describe your character, please.
I'm playing, as you said, Ashtari, a Kalashtar Bard and spy from the College of Whispers, who often talks before he can think, and he is look like a normal middle-aged human, square face, friendly smile, shaved, and a few scars in his face that, on a closer look, are some tattoos, and his eyes glow blue.
Okay. And let's say, Natalie, would you care to describe how Dart looks when she arrives?
Yeah, she's a changeling, sort of your if she's not in a place, her part of being a changeling is having the alternate identity, and her alternate identity is a dark-haired human bard that just nothing spectacular, kind of like a session player bard. But as she enters, just your standard changeling with white hair, colorless eyes. Looks like she has like a dagger and like some sort of weaponry on her, but definitely not kitted out for a fighter type thing. A little more sleek than that. She walks in.
Mm-hmm. And let's go random. Matt, Gred, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll be playing Gred, who's a dwarven gunslinger. He's about 4 feet tall. He's got long dark hair, long, well-groomed beard. He's wearing a dusty, long brown overcoat, and he's got a fairly large leather case strapped to his back.
All right. And let's have Cake. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that name. Dahia.
Exactly like that.
Dahia?
Exactly like that.
Yeah,
Dahia.
okay, Dahia.
Yeah. Dahia is completely blank. Shifter. She is a shifter rogue, and she is sneaky and shifty, and she looks, for all intents and purposes, human. Long limbed, agile looking, looks like she does Pilates a lot. Wearing long dark coat over dark clothes. It's quite dark looking. She's got like a little hat on, like a flat cap on as well.
All right, and finally, Pix arrives last. Dani, if you would please.
Yeah, so Pix is a halfling, so she's about 3 foot. She's got kind of a red pixie cut that's quite tousled, and very green eyes, quite pointed features. She's wearing kind of a red button-up shirt that's a bit loose, kind of half messily tucked into some grey trousers. She's got bare feet, and around her neck you see quite a long chain with a holy symbol kind of hanging just above her belly button. And you can see kind of on her waist there's a spyglass in a black kind of sheath, and a crossbow slung on her back.
Right, great. So you enter into the Rhodes Cross Inn. You can see it's well, right away when you enter, you can see it's on 2 floors. The upper floor is pretty much just the bar where you enter. The lower floor is just straight to the left. You can see stairs going down into a common area. The inn is kept by an Aarakocra. I think it's said. Not sure, but let's go with it. An Aarakocra named Kajari. You've probably been here enough times to be familiar with it. It's kind of been like your go-to place, which is possibly why Aldane called you here, because he already knows that you know the way to get here. It's just someplace familiar, easily enough. So yeah, downstairs you can see the common area. Underneath the bar, you know that there's the kitchen and the rooms for the inn. So yeah, I'm gonna let you take it away for a little while as you meet up, while I run to the living room and get that book. Hold on.
There you are, people. I was already waiting for you. What took you so long?
How you doing, Ashtari?
People don't like war stories anymore. They want now stop with happy endings, so I have to write this new stuff down.
Yeah. Not much going on here, like nothing heroic.
Just quiet.
And then the rest just quietly stares around.
Go up to the bar and get a few drinks for everybody.
Now, that's a sensible action.
Yeah. Sounds good.
The usual, I'd assume, for everybody.
Has anyone heard of Alden in the past few days, or were you just surprised as I was hearing from him?
Yeah,
I was surprised.
it's the first time I've heard from him in a long while.
So,
What do you think it's about?
Hopefully something exciting like work or something.
Yeah, it smells of trouble.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not going to be anything good.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, but not good.
And you're up to no good. And you solemnly swear that you're up to no good?
Always.
So, then why don't you pay for the drinks?
It's already been paid for.
Perfect.
yeah, it's not. If you are here frequently enough, you probably have a tap or something that you can put your drinks on.
I'm putting it on Aldane's tab.
Ah, yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He definitely has a tab. About this time is when Haldane rushes into the Rhodes Cross Inn. Well, it's not too late in the day. It's probably shortly after midday, let's say. But he looks a little flustered, like he tried to get here in a hurry. Sees where you're sitting and rushes to your table. Sits down, and if I can grab one here, and grabs Ashtari's drink and slams it down. And says to you, "Thank you so much for coming so quickly. So I'm having a bit of a problem, but I'm just gonna try to get straight to it, or sort of straight to it. So it's been a while.
Thank
Hi.
you. I'm fine. And hello. Nice to see you.
It's nice to
Yeah,
see you all.
not even a
See you
hello.
all too. It's yeah, been a while. Sorry for not keeping touch, but I've been a bit busy with my work. Which
What
is
kind of work?
it's sort of why I called you here. Well, shortly after the war, I got in. I started my own company that deals in risk analysis and security. And well, I'm having a bit of a problem with part of that risk analysis and security bit of my company. See, I'm working for so what my company does is essentially we just work for bigger companies, and one of the bigger companies had this staff member doing very important stuff that and then she disappeared with the very important stuff that she was supposed to do. And
So she stole it?
it seems like she did. She was actually the one making it, so
What was
the
it?
important thing?
I'm not allowed to tell you.
We
Well, I'm
are
allowed to
friends. You are allowed to tell us.
Starry can make a persuasion check. Yeah.
I'm staring
39.
down Aldane as well. Like, bitch, please.
You
I
can.
rolled a 29.
Well, would you like to get an advantage because you're getting
I-
help from?
I
Dahia?
have always an advantage on persuasion.
Well, screw you then. Okay. See, okay. Fine. If you're gonna help, I can tell you a little bit, but I don't know all the details myself. It's all very technical. So the companies that she works for and we work for and hire and kind of I'm in trouble for missing an employee entirely when the employee just disappears. The company is doing some weapons. It appears. It's into weapon making or something like that. I'm not entirely sure on the details.
Do you know if mundane or arcane weapons?
Well, it looks arcane. I'm not sure.
Okay, Okay.
And did she take a working model or a
No,
prototype?
just schematics that she was working on, but it has some from how I understand it, it has been she's been working on it for a good while, so she's bit gotten a long way with the schematics.
What's her name? Do you know?
It's Ophelia.
Is it possible she could have been kidnapped instead of
It is
absconding?
it is possible. I've been to her house. It doesn't look like she was kidnapped from there, at least. Unfortunately, my company is also working for other companies, and we're spread a little thin. So I'm technically just hiring extra people to try and find her preferably before the company that I work for finds out that we kind of messed up.
Lots of
Where-
company.
And when you say hiring, that usually involves payment.
Yes. So I am offering, well, a great part of the contract that we have with the company, about 2,000 gold, to get this done quickly and quietly.
So you want us to find this Ophelia?
Yes.
Or the schematics, which one?
Let's
Ophelia and the schematics preferably, but
let's
If you
say
had to
two,
choose.
if you had to choose the schematics,
and let's say 2,500
Harsh.
because of the thing in Centric. You know what I mean.
we all agreed never to talk about that again.
I am not talking about.
You can make another persuasion roll.
14.
Well, 2,200.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll pay for the next round.
Yeah,
course
the
you
next
do.
one.
Yeah.
All right. So
Out-
yeah.
As I say, out of character, do we know if there are other gun companies around, or is she working for like the main one?
There are for the last 2 years, any weapon making has pretty much just gone downhill. So because there's no war. However, everyone is pretty much expecting the war to start again. If someone would ignite it. However, there's actually no big company known for doing any weapon design, or at least no new experiments with weapons that you know of. You can make a history check.
Yeah,
I should probably ask for the history check first, but okay.
I was on 18.
18. Well, you know that like I said, there are you haven't heard of anything new. There are of course companies that do big, for example, airships and other stuff. And it's very possible that it is one of those companies, or possibly one of the great houses in Eberron or Corvair.
Okay.
Um,
Beautiful.
yes. Um, yeah, let's say. Yep,
So, any idea where we can start looking for Ophelia?
Well, you could try her house again. I only checked it very roughly, quickly, quietly.
Did she work in the house or did she work in one of your establishments?
She worked in one of the establishments provided by the companies, and but I'm not sure when she took the schematics with her, or well,
And she was last seen at work or after that?
From what I know, she was last seen at work.
Was it, or has it been policy to take schematics and stuff home to work on them, or?
Not that I know. No, it's not policy. We've had to discuss the matter with several employees before about stop doing that.
Okay.
And well, we had to make a little. Well, never mind. So no, it's not policy.
Had to make a little what?
It doesn't matter. It's part of our contract. Nothing of importance.
I think he means make an example.
No.
But you know that in
That's what I would have done.
such cases, everything can be of importance. Every single small detail.
Well, she was never made an example of. I mean, we never made an example of anyone.
Okay. Does she have any known contacts that we can talk to?
She has some family, but nothing, no one in the city that we know of. She has, I believe, well, she has friends at work, but we never really got into much detail of who they hang out with, or anything like that. Not outside work, at least.
How long has she been missing?
She went missing yesterday.
Oh, so she could have been having a sick day, but you went and checked her house. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Wasn't at the house. Although I only checked her house earlier today, this morning. But she didn't come in to work yesterday, which is highly unusual.
Okay.
We make sure of that.
We'll probably check the house first, and then her working place.
I agree.
Is there any way we can contact you if we need to?
Yeah, you can just leave a note with Kajari. I'll stop by here every now and then, see if there's any news. But
Okay.
unfortunately, I have to work other cases as well as my many staff members.
Okay.
Yeah. Another round before you.
Of course.
Okay. I'll just go and put
Keep it coming.
I'll just go and put something on my tab. And yeah, he goes and asks for the table's usual. And yeah, brings you your drinks. And but yeah, doesn't bring one for himself, and tells you that, well, I need to leave. Like I said, I have other cases, more work to be done, and I'll leave you to it. I'll write down where she lives, and so that, well, you can know the way at least.
That'll be good.
And yeah, he writes a little note and leaves it at the table before quickly walking out of the Rhodes Cross Inn.
Can I make, after studying how he spoke, how he moved, his body language, can I make an insight check to notice if he has kept any vital information from us in the whole scene?
Why, you think he kept anything from you?
Yes,
You sure?
of course. You said that is pulp noir style. Of course, he kept anything of
Damn,
from
I
us.
should have insight checked him.
You can make an insight check if you like. Yes.
Thank you. There.
Yeah, can I make one as well?
11.
11.
Insight. +9. 17.
17. Yeah. Yeah, he is definitely keeping something. He's definitely keeping something from you. Both vital and probably not related to what he's asking you to do. He looks a bit stressed, tired, and like he hasn't been sleeping for several days. Or not sleeping well, at least. Yeah. So where would you like to go first? You can.
I'm guessing we should check out the house.
Mhm.
It's about the only place we've got to start.
Okay.
Definitely a good place.
Yeah.
Any other ideas? Anyone else?
House seems the best to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Cool.
house. You can go to the house. It takes a while going around in the city. You can take a skyboat that travels relatively faster than your normal walking pace, but it will still take around half an hour getting between different wards in the city, and different levels of the same ward that you're in. So Sharn is divided into several wards, and then upper, middle, and lower in most cases. So it will take you about, well, but she lives kind of close by, so it only takes about half an hour to get there by skyboat. However, traveling by foot, it could take you about an hour and a half. So, would you like to pay for a skyboat, or would you like
How
to?
much would that be?
It's for the 5 of you about 1 gold.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah. One of you
Yeah.
can pay for that.
I'll get it. Got little legs, don't want to be walking.
Excellent. So that house is one of many in a big tower of, well, just living quarters, essentially. It's a big tower with where you can enter houses both from the inside, and then there are corridors that lead through the tower at several points, and on the inside you can enter other living living quarters. Her apartment is one of those on the inside, so very little light gets in there. There is a window though, but it almost seems pointless to have one because it's just there's no view other than the apartment in front.
But it's enough light to see in there.
Yes, there's no natural light that gets in, but there are like glow stones or glowing stones or something like that that lights up the essentially no wait, not glow stones, there are ever burning lanterns, not many, about enough so that you can see in the corridor. Sorry.
Is the door open? Locked?
That door is well, it should be locked, but it looks like someone broke in.
It's visibly damaged.
Yes.
So, who can go quietly in and take a look first?
I'll do it. So Gred will take out one of his pistols. Walk up to the door.
Stop it, Jordy, stop it. I was thinking more of our very nice friend over there.
I can be quiet.
I've seen you in battle. No, you can't be quiet.
You can definitely keep my back though as I go in.
All right. After you
I'm
then.
gonna try and sneak in.
Okay, I need both of you then to roll stealth if Gred is following.
Yeah.
I can't do this. 24.
23.
Go on.
Yeah, you slowly open up the door. It almost creaks when you open it, but you manage to just open it very slowly, almost so slowly that impatient people would start saying something.
I check behind the door before I walk in.
Yeah. You can make a perception check.
11.
Yep. You open up the door and there's you can see what looks like a single room apartment. It's very spacious though. It has a bed in the opposite side of the apartment from the door, in the far corner. It has some cooking area, some common area where you can sit down, but it looks empty. There's no one inside. You would probably see if anyone was there, but there's no one.
Yeah, let's go in.
Also, it doesn't look like it has been trashed or anything. Everything is pretty neatly where it should be. In addition to the living area, kitchen area, and bed, there's what looks like a desk and a cupboard.
So it probably was searched by someone who does his things professional.
Yeah, you can. Ashtari can make a general intelligence check.
15.
Yeah, you also remember that Aldane was searching the apartment. I went to the apartment earlier this day.
So he broke in,
It's
probably.
Or he arrived to find the door broken in.
Yeah. Well, he didn't say, so.
But I would take a closer look from the desk, and is there any hidden compartments in the desk?
You can. Anyone who is searching the room or the apartment can make an investigation check.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at papers on the desk. And
Danny, I can't hear you at all. No.
are you muted?
Do you have push to talk on your... that was my problem.
Okay.
It was
Yay,
working.
technical problems. I was waiting for this.
I got a 14.
Okay.
25.
I got a 15.
15.
I only got a 5.
Okay, so 14. Sorry, what did you roll again? 14, 5,
25.
25, and 15.
Yeah.
And Danny got. Well, do we wait or? Nope. Okay. I think it's all good rolls. I think so. At least half over success. So there are no hidden compartments on the desk. In the desk, we do find a note from one of the banks of Sharn, because Eberron has invented banking. Hooray!
The end of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. So there is a note from the bank of, and there is also a flyer, which is odd, from one of the. It's from an establishment in Upper Dura, which is one of the wards in Sharn. So it's one of the upper levels. It is called the establishment is called Petrolife, and the flyer says something like, "Extend your existence on this plane and escape your responsibilities." Okay, almost.
Do I know anything about this organization?
You can make a general intelligence check. That sounds like a fat no.
A big fat no.
Did you roll a 1?
Yep.
Oh,
Great.
First one of the night. Yay. I'm getting
Yay.
to my old form again.
Right. So no, you've never heard of this organization before. Let's say you also find some notes, scribblings. There is something, directions to a place in one of the lower wards. But otherwise, this place looks oddly clean, almost. There is one thing that you also notice, that clothes have been taken out of the cupboard and neatly put into a chest that's on the floor.
Are there is there fresh food in somewhere stored?
No, it almost looks like
She prepared to left.
it looks like she almost looks like she was running out of food.
Okay.
So she was planning on leaving at some point.
And we have two possible leads now. The question is why is she interested, or did she has contacted an organization that claims to prolong life?
I mean, longer life is always good.
Well, yeah, if you're getting a big payday, you'd want to have a good life.
Maybe she's sick. Maybe the schematics had to pay for it.
Yeah, maybe.
Would it be worth checking out the bank? Because maybe if she's collecting this new paper money stuff, maybe she has an account there with them or something, and they might know who was paying her or something.
Good idea. Or even how balanced her bank account is. Maybe she has some big debts. And then there are the lower wards where it's actually can be a bit dangerous and more grey, I would think.
Yeah.
Which one shall we take first?
Anyone? Pick one. Are the notes and scribblings, are there anything pertaining to her work, the weapon making?
You can make, let's say, a general intelligence check.
14.
It looks like technical jargon. Lots of it. So it looks like she was essentially scribbling her brainstorms down on paper while at home. It looks like general theoretical stuff, but you are not entirely certain, as it's perhaps a little bit more than you recognize.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I like Dart's idea to check out the bank, because even if she ran away with it, if she stole the schematics, we still don't have any motive for her doing that. And the bank might offer us a possible motive.
Good idea.
All right. The bank, for some, so the banks usually have like larger bank. It's technically just the same bank everywhere in Eberron, or more precisely in Corvair. But it has smaller. What's it called? Damn it! I hate forgetting words. It has like smaller banks all scattered around. Like smaller
Like a branch?
offices, branch or
Yeah.
offices. Larger branches at the upper wards, and smaller as you go further down in Sharn. So might be there is probably a smaller branch somewhere close by.
We're in the lower wards right now.
Somewhere around middle.
Yeah. The place in the lower wards, would I recognize that?
It's close to the Oh, we're really forgetting words right now. It's close to the docks. So Sharn is close to the coast,
Okay.
and there is a docking ward there as well, but it's close by. It's a lower ward next to the docks, so it's a lot of warehouses. Essentially, when shipments come from overseas, goes through the docks into the warehouse, and there it gets distributed into the city.
Okay. So, should we head off to a bank?
Yeah.
Anyone want to look around some more?
There's nothing much to find here. I think we've found everything that we could find. Or not find, as the case may be.
Sounds like you guys did go that tripped over my shoelaces, so I'm only just coming in.
I almost didn't see you there.
Hi guys!
Hey,
There's a whole room in here.
is there anything to eat in the kitchen? Kind of hungry.
It's like I said, she's low on food, but there are some vegetables. The meat is pretty much eaten. If there's any, if there ever was any meat, probably one of the first things you ate.
Is there anything valuable left in the house? Got
Not really. Nothing of value really.
So there's no food, no valuables.
It looks like there are some trinkets in the chest that she left on the floor, but they're not really valuable.
Can I take something that looks like it has meaning or has of use to her? Like, it sounds silly, but like something that she'd recognize instantly as hers.
There's a pendant made from looks like cheap metals, copper probably, with a stone at the middle.
Okay. I am taking that.
And I think we've forgotten something important. Do we even know how Ophelia looks like?
No. That's not the mission. We just gotta find a piece of
Quick save, quick load.
Okay. Judging from the furniture, she looks like she is probably a halfling or no more at that height. Small chairs, small bed, and so on.
There was a reason why I was going to put the pendant on, so that way if someone recognised it, they'd be like, "Hey, that's mine." I'm like, "Oh, Ophelia, come with us." Oh, it's going to be that easy, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
In fact, the roof is probably a bit lower than you're used to, so anyone taller than 5 feet would probably have to.
Ouch. I am ducking. I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm ducking.
This is a pretty good sized room.
Yay!
So before I get a bed back, let's get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, these are apartments for smaller folk.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder, do they pay less rent for that?
Probably pay more bits because it's specially made.
Yeah. So I heard about these bank things. I think we should go check that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's rob a bank. Go to a bank.
Yeah. Speaking of having bad backs, I'm tired of carrying all this money around.
How much money do you have?
I'll carry some of it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. So, well, one of the good things about banks is that they will keep your money and hand you a note that says how much money you have. And then you can go to another branch and take out the money, and they will make you a new note.
Yeah, I'm not liking this plan.
Well, no, it doesn't sound very solid, because what if you lose the note?
What if you drop it in a puddle of water?
What if you drop yourself in a puddle of water? Big
Yeah,
puddle
I've
of
had
water.
that happen a few times.
What if? Yeah.
The smell of red dwarf is unforgettable.
A lot of things can go wrong. So yeah, you can head to the nearest branch, or if you want to figure something else out. But the nearest branch is fairly close by. Just asking around, you can easily get some friendly advice on how to get to the branch or how to get up your own. Yeah. So yeah, the branch is a nice office. You can enter from the front double door, and it's not really like how you would imagine a bank, or not exactly how you would imagine a bank. It's just one office with a large desk, 2 chairs in front, 1 in the back on the other side, and in that chair on the other side sits a dwarf.
Any guards?
There are 2 guards on the inside, on both either side of the door when you enter. It looks welcoming from the outside. No guards on the outside, but there are 2 guards armed with swords, shields, and the shields are well labeled. So it has the name of the bank, or the flag of the bank, or crest.
What is the name of the bank?
There is the name of the bank.
Yeah.
This current branch is called the
Bankiest bank.
the bankiest bank of banking. It is called the lower branch. And doesn't have really its own crest. It uses the bank's crest. Unfortunately, because I only have limited space, I don't really have the means to look up the name of the bank, because there's the
Just make it up.
yeah. Well, I could
D&D,
I could make it up, but it's an official Eberron material stuff, so I don't really want to get it wrong.
It's the Bank of Eberron.
It's the Bank of Eberron. Bank of Corvair. The lower branch, or lower folks branch. It's not meant to indicate where it is located. More like it is meant for the lower people of lower class or something like that. Unfortunately, it's considerably higher up the towers than most of the lower class. But yeah,
It's Gundarak. House of Gundarak controls the banks.
right. House of Gundarak? Gundarak?
Yeah.
Gundarak.
And Natalie also put it in chat.
Yeah. You can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello there.
Yep. Hi. Finally, someone coming in.
And you're exactly the person we were looking for.
Great. Please have a seat.
Perfect.
I haven't seen you around here. Unfortunately, I only have the 2 seats. If you would like, I can ask someone to fetch more chairs.
This won't be
I'm
necessary.
good standing.
We also won't take up much of your time. It's just a trifle for you.
All right. So what can I help you with? Are you coming to deposit, or do you need to...
Quite the opposite. We need to extract.
Okay.
All of it.
As soon as you say extract, you can see the guards grabbing the hilt of their swords. They're trying to do so subtly, but
we don't want to extract your money. We only need some information from you.
Okay.
About one of your valued customers.
In that case, there's not much that I can really do. We value our customers' privacy.
And that is really good of you, but you would do us a great help, and we would be very, very grateful if you tell us one little thing.
Can I cast Friends as a cantrip on him?
I believe so. Yes.
What does the note that we found actually have on it? Is it an amount, or is it just
there is an amount. It's not a very high amount. Maybe 7 gold.
Okay. Does it have anything else on it?
It's generally just the Bank of House Gundarak. It's
like, does it have Ophelia's name on it?
It has Ophelia's name on it. It's almost like a receipt of deposit. So it's essentially saying this is how much you have on your account at that time, and it is stated maybe a week ago.
Okay.
So you did cast Friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
As a quick reminder, what does it do again?
for the duration, which is 1 minute, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at the one creature. When the spell ends, the creature realizes you use magic and becomes hostile.
Right. Okay, so I was exactly going to ask you to make a persuasion check, but I was going to give you a disadvantage because he really does not want to give you the information, but with the friend's spell.
And with my racial ability to get my advantage.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I was thinking of that, so you do get an advantage on this one.
Thank you, Natalie.
Don't save your thanks for a minute later when he's mad at us for
21.
21. Well, I really shouldn't, but you look like nice people.
We are friends here.
You look like good people. So what can I help you with?
We need the one who belongs to the receipt to.
Right.
That's a good friend of ours from all times, and we are very worried about her, and we are worried that she might run into some kind of problems and might have some debts. Could you tell us about her current financial situation a bit more?
I think she came in here maybe... Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Late yesterday, I was just about to leave. She came in and extracted all her funds, I believe. I could check in the records to make sure.
How much funds there were?
Not much, honestly. Maybe.
You are a rich dwarf. Not much can mean a lot to other people.
Yeah, but I work a lot with people who don't have much. So, compared to them, it wasn't much. Maybe around 5 gold. Like I said, I can check the records to be sure.
And did he look stressed or worried?
It looked like she was in a bit of a hurry, maybe.
Was she alone?
Sorry?
Was she alone?
Yeah, she was alone.
Okay. I'm checking my time. Okay, thank you. We have to be on our way now, and thank you so much for your help.
Nice seeing you, and nice to be of help. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Out!
Alright. Matt, you're muted.
Sorry.
So we know 2 things. She isn't rich, but she prepared to leave. Otherwise, we wouldn't have taken her money.
Yeah. Maybe she was, I don't know, running from something.
If you are running and fearing for your life, do you take your time to go to a bank and fill out some forms to get 5 gold pieces?
If that's all you got.
Well, 5 gold pieces won't get you far in Sharn, honestly.
Yeah.
No, but if it's literally all you've got.
Yeah.
Should have found out how long she was working for. I think you would have thought she'd have more money.
How far would 5 gold get you in a sky taxi?
Essentially, you could probably get to the other side of Sharn.
Get her quickly to the other side of town.
Yeah.
That might be all she needed.
Where is this organization located again?
It's in Upper Dura.
On the other side of the town?
Yeah.
Which is where the life extending place is?
Which is exactly like you just said, on the other side of the town.
Well, close to it, yeah. If you would go there and try and go somewhere else, it would probably take up all 5 gold at least.
So we
Well,
wanted to.
should we go that way?
Yeah.
Alright. So, do you want to take a sky taxi?
Yes.
Our rich dwarf can pay for that.
I shall pay that.
It will cost you about 3 gold to get there.
Don't you guys travel this way all the time?
Only when time is important.
And it will also take you about just over an hour to get there. It's a long way. So you have plenty of time to discuss
So
the
anything
weather
excited happened? While we haven't seen.
Not me.
I've had quite a boring stretch.
I beg your pardon?
I've had quite a boring stretch of time with nothing really going on. This is great.
What do you do for a living then?
Same
If
thing
it's
as
all
the
boring.
service, essentially. Scout out things, get information. Nothing is all cheating spouse.
You call that boring, getting information?
Well, I mean, it's not like it was during the war. Not that I want the war to start again, but
why not?
Yeah, but there are so much fun ways to get information out of people. You don't know how many people talk in their sleep.
Yeah, there's easier way to get information though.
Torch is good, I found.
Yeah.
And that guy.
I mean, one.
The guy who is steering the sky boat just looks down and. Okay. Eventually, you make yourselves way to Upper Jura, and he can essentially take you very close to where Petrolife is located. So Upper Jura has a lot of lower quality shops. You can find a lot of stuff there, both things that you need and probably things that you want but never need or you will never use. Trinkets, weapons, all sort of stuff. And so there are a lot of people walking around the streets there and across bridges that connect different towers together. On your way towards Petrolife, you'll see a young human with wild hair going down the shoulders, some patchy beard, and unattentive eyes, just calling out, Petrolife, Petrolife, extend your existence on this plane, something about responsibilities, Petrolife, Petrolife.
No, that's a persuasive person.
And he's just handing out flyers. He looks like he has a stack on a small pedestal next to him.
I'll take one of those.
Oh, here you go, sir. Petrolife, extend.
How does this life extension work?
Oh, you should talk to Owen, the proprietor guy at Petrolife, my boss. He knows how this works. I'm actually learning how to do this. you know, I'm gonna be an alchemist soon.
It's an alchemical process.
No, I think.
Did you say
I'm
your boss
literally
is
laughing at him.
Sure.
It actually, I don't really know how the process. It's more like the D process, you know. That's alchemical.
The process.
Wait.
This seems like
Is it
something
actually
Pix would understand.
Petri life? Petri life.
Petri life, yeah. It's just over there. You can go and speak with Owen.
He's not by accident a proprietor of greatly stone statues too, isn't he?
No, not that I know of.
Let's go find out what this thing is. I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, I'm only afraid I'm gonna be petrified.
Yeah.
No, you have to pay for that.
My character's not smart enough to get it.
Maybe it's some kind of maybe it's some rich art installations.
So Petrolife appears to be like a large, it looks like it should be large, but it's a large room, but very little in it. There's one desk, and a door in the back, one guard, and a gnomish man standing on the other side of the desk. Gnomish human would sound very weird.
Maybe a human in the side of a gnome?
Yes. There are actually two gnomes. One of them is on the top of the other wearing Yeah. There is a gnome on the other side of the desk. A gnome male with a black hair tied behind in like a bun, and small some beard on his chin. Not really a goatee, not long enough for that, but it's chin beard, if you will. And the guard in the corner is a female half-orc with big sword strapped on her back, and looks like a short sword strapped to her side. As you enter in, the gnome welcomes you with arms up in the air. Welcome to Petrolife, where you can extend your existence on this plane and escape all your current responsibilities.
Uh-huh. How do you do that?
It's a very simple process made by, my associate Vina, who, doesn't stay out here in the front very much because of her
Hair? Which is moving, slithering like?
Do you have anything against Medusas?
Not that I have it with me right now, no.
Well, it's a very simple, although I'll admit terrifying experience. However, it is very functional for what it does.
And how secure are your customers?
It's vary. We have storage units below where our customers can stay during their, let's say, condition. And after the amount of time that the customers have paid for, or yourself, I mix a potion that will depetrify.
And who makes sure that you actually do that thing?
Well, I've been doing this for many years, and I have many happy customers.
Any recent customers? Maybe 2 days ago? A shorter woman, maybe halfling or gnome named Ophelia?
Well, perhaps, but I would have to check my records. And of course, if such is the case, we value our customers' privacy, of course, and well,
There's that whole privacy thing again.
Gred, would you be so good?
Yeah.
He once.
I'll do it. I'll give him some gold.
how much?
Oh,
How much?
Do we know how much is a average bribe in this town?
That's a very good question.
The important questions.
It varies. It varies. If you're going to bribe an official, that's a lot more than if you're going to bribe some beggar down in the lower wards.
I'm gonna go in with 3 and see what he looks like.
How much did you say?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Yes, there perhaps was a halfling came by named Ophelia yesterday.
And
early yesterday.
Did she and is she now prolonging her life?
No, not currently. She asked for pricing. She wanted to know how much the process would cost, which I gladly told her.
How much?
We charge 10 gold per month.
Jesus.
Well, many of our valued customers pay a lot of money to stay hibernated for up to a decade. And of course, we provide other services as well. Like I said, the process is terrifying, although simple. If for a little extra cash, we provide sort of numbing potion that allows you to, not look like when while you're petrified.
Uh-huh.
And so she only asked for the prices and then left again.
Yes, yesterday.
And came back.
Well, no, not yesterday.
And today?
Well, my memory is a little fuzzy on that.
You were helping us so far. So good.
Far.
It's just one little trivial thing. could you not just give us the answer because you're so friendly and good-looking people? Wink, wink.
Well, well,
Pix tries to look attractive.
you see my other associate there over there in the corner, also head of security, who makes sure that all my customers are secure and carefree.
Your customers will be secure.
Indeed, and so will I.
Yeah. So she keeps your customers secure and alive. Not you. Interesting.
The word customer extends a little bit. Try to take a hint.
I really want to
Alright.
smack him. I really want to smack him. But I'm not going. My hand twitches at my dagger.
I'll do the friends thing again.
Calm down.
Calm down. We have a rich dwarf with us.
Yeah. Fine. I'll give him another 3 gold pieces.
Well, yes, since we're all being so friendly, she was here earlier this morning. Told me to reserve a spot for her down in the storage for later today. However, I've not seen her since.
Was there a down payment?
I do not require down payment. Either you come in or you do not. I'm not a complete sleaze.
And did she...
Not a complete one.
And did she say when she will come back?
She said something about having to go down to the lower wards before coming back here. I assumed it would only take a couple of hours at most. However, it's been several since.
And how long was she planning on being
She wanted
preserved?
She wanted quota for close to a decade actually. She wanted to know how much for 10 years, but I assumed she didn't want to stay that long. Very few people do.
Except they want to escape something. Thank you.
They want to escape their responsibilities.
Just a quick question. When they are petrified, are they allowed to take things with them? Is there a storage facility for that?
We do not have specific storage for it. It's a security measure that we allow people to bring their valuables with them and carry them while petrified. Normally, just in case that you don't accidentally drop it, we offer the numbing potion that I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That way, your valuables get petrified with you, and if anyone wants to steal them, they won't have to unpetrify you first.
This is such a good idea. Such a good idea, but it's so creepy. Such a good idea, though.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Yes, this was nice. Please come again if you require extension of your existence.
No. And I leave.
That line is the worst. Extension of your existence. It's so good.
I mean, it would make up for a good prison system, but
yeah,
people doing that out of their free will.
Well, you need a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
If only I hadn't spent all my money.
You would need, for 10 years, it would be
1,200.
Yeah. Gold.
Gred's checking his coin purse.
Yeah, I forgot to mention one thing at the start of the game. Yay, forgetting things. Because I am stupid and don't write them down. Monsters in Eberron are, well, not as much monsters as in other D&D settings. So Medusa in a city is not that uncommon. Of course, maybe there's one or two at most. Otherwise, but you will see several goblins in the lower wards, specifically, especially, and orcs and so on. So it's not as terrible per se, but maybe not necessarily as good as either. So where to next?
My hunch is that she now is on her way to a deal to sell those schematics, and then took some part of the money to get petrified for a decade so she can be safe and flee the legal repercussions.
Yeah.
Sounds feasible. So,
So does anyone know where such shady deals can happen in the lower wards?
well, we found directions to a place.
Yes. And I'm sure there's a lot of places. That's probably one of them too. But I mean, if she's going to come back here, we might just chase her all the way around to come back here.
Yeah, but the schematics are more important than Ophelia, and
That's true.
we don't want them to fall into the wrong hands.
Sure. I mean, they might be going to the wrong hands, but that's who's paying us, so that's where they're going to go.
Exactly, and I want honestly, I want to get my hands on them, on those schematics.
I don't know.
It's a
if
secret.
someone's-
I want to solve it.
Yeah, if they're making weapons, I want to know what they're making.
If it's
And
important enough to
and-
steal, then definitely.
and if everyone knows about them, no one would have an advantage.
True.
Yeah.
To the lower ward, then.
All right.
Down docks.
Right. So I think this is a good time to take a break. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break. Be here back in about 5 to 10 ish.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Break time. Hooray!
Yay.
So I can read up on stuff and be better prepared for the next half. Yay!
Yay.
And we're back. Hooray.
Yay.
So you leave Petrolife behind. Maybe never to be seen again. So, and you make yourself make your way down to the lower wards, correct?
Yes.
Well, if you're going by skyboat, that'll run you about 2 gold.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Thank you.
Yep. And yeah, you easily enough following the instructions on the paper that you took from Ophelia's house. You will get to a warehouse. Getting to the warehouse requires that you walk over a bridge, because you can't really get a skyboat to that tower directly. Before you get closer, I would like you to tell me who's going first. Your marching order, if you will.
I'll go first.
Second.
Last.
I'll go third.
I'll go first.
Okay. I need Gred, you're going first.
Yeah.
And then make a perception roll for me.
18.
18. Well, that's actually very good. Right. Let's see. Gred was first. Sort of like that. So, if you head over to Roll20, you will should be able to see the warehouse. Because you rolled 18, you will see stairs on the side of the warehouse, and a tower, or not really a tower, more like built onto the side of the warehouse, that is actually the lower level of a much larger tower. You're still pretty far up from the ground, from where you're standing. It's more like a watch point, it looks. You do see that there is someone sitting up in that tower, or side tower, and now I'm gonna have to. Well, you still have plenty of space before you get to the warehouse. Presumably they haven't seen you, so if you like to get unseen towards the warehouse, you can make a stealth check, all of you.
All right.
All right.
Yes. There's someone in the tower over there.
Does anybody need help with any steps?
No.
Anybody's stealth not so great? Okay.
25.
22.
25.
17.
Jesus. Did anyone roll under 15 or?
I knew that boots would help me.
Right. I'm gonna switch over to another overlay in the stream thing, which actually means that I need to line everyone up again. Gonna take gonna take a moment.
Technology.
Technology, because I couldn't actually do this earlier. That would be this one, and yay! I should have done this much earlier, I'll admit. This will be fixed eventually. Oh, damn it. Double click. So, how's everyone doing?
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I hope so. This would be my second time running D&D 5th edition, so I have no idea how it's going.
Going good so far.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's good. Oh shit. So technical stuff, always fun. Almost done. Hope you're not in a hurry to get anywhere soon.
No.
Nope.
Almost done. Yeah, like I said, I only have to do this once, so for the next time we play, it's already done and stuff.
Cool.
Okay, that's nice. Right. So yeah, we have the map on Roll20. The lookout on that side tower over there turns out is terrible at his job. also, no, damn it. There. Also, when you get closer, Gred sees that whoever's on lookout is a goblin. Seems to just be looking up, picking his nose, watching skyboats floating above. Not really paying attention.
So the stairs go up to like the roof?
The stairs that are over here lead up to the...
Here?
Yeah, that one. They lead up to the watch point, the turret,
Okay.
the watch turret. There are two double doors over here, and windows here and here. There. Below, you can barely make out the people walking at the very bottom of on the ground.
Nope.
So you're pretty high up.
Cool. Can I move up to the door?
Yeah, you can get up to the door without being seen. You're pretty much just hidden. And the rest of you as well, if you like.
Yeah. Can I see if I can look in the window?
Okay. Make a perception check.
Yeah, 10.
10. Okay. Don't see much.
I keep an eye out for the goblin.
See. So it is more than just an empty room, by the way.
Okay.
What you do see are two creatures standing over what looks like a corpse. You're not really sure what they are.
I love the question mark.
Well, thank you. I put a lot of work into that.
Like a shredded question mark.
They are like dog-like creatures.
Okay.
Striped. You can make a survival check for me.
21.
Well, you definitely recognize those, as you saw them at some point during the war. They are better known as hyenas.
Oh. Okay.
You don't have a clear line of sight. You don't have a clear sight into the room, though, so you're not sure what else is in there.
All right. So I can't really see in the room, but there's at least two hyenas that seem to be standing over a dead body. Maybe that's Ophelia.
Can someone of you influence animals?
Yeah, not me.
Nope.
Nope.
Red,
Maybe we can.
put out your gun.
Yeah. Maybe we can scare them away.
If we fire at the guard,
I could throw my dagger. I could try. And take one out.
Well, okay.
I was just bringing it up that it'll happen.
That's a fair point. The guard is still up there.
We can either do it sneaky, or we can just kick down the door.
We don't know what else is in the room.
Wait a second. I stand next to Gred, and I put some sand from a pouch in my hand and blow it into the room and cast sleep.
Do you want to try and open the door first?
Yeah, sorry. I was. Yeah, yeah.
That
Does
would
it
work.
goes back in our faces? We all have a nap.
And I'm doing that at second level.
Okay, so the door doesn't look like it's locked. It should be fairly easy to just open it up.
Should be.
And sleep work does.
I roll 78 now, and that's the maximum of hit points I can put into sleep for 1 minute.
Great. In an area, presumably?
Yeah, 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
And reaches 90 feet.
Centered where?
Centered here.
Alright.
Don't.
Right.
And I think the creature with the highest hit points is affected first.
Right. Okay.
.44 points of hit points.
44 points of hit points.
Yeah.
Targeting the one with the highest hit points first.
And then it goes down.
It goes down. Alright.
Until the 44 points are used up.
Excellent. Weirdly enough, the hyenas that you see, you have to open up just enough so that you can see where the hyenas are.
Mm-hmm.
They feel, they look like they're getting a little drowsy. One of them looks like it's yawning even, but they do not fall asleep.
Uh-oh. Plan B.
I'm gonna draw my crossbow out
All right.
and knock a bolt in case we're gonna start shooting.
Yeah.
You.
Gred will take out his pepper boxes.
Ashtari can make a perception roll.
That's good. Perception 22.
22. You can hear someone walking and speaking. You can actually hear 3 different voices, and some of them are sounding a little drowsy, but they definitely saw the door moving.
Okay. I point at Dahia, at the guard on top of it, and slit throat. Simple, and the rest on 1, 2, 3. Surprise attack!
With your high perception roll, I'm gonna allow you to make out pretty much where they are.
Is there any way of getting to the tower or up to the tower from where I am?
There's stairs. There are stairs on the other side.
So you have to
The
get
tower.
inside.
Well, the wall is fairly easy.
Don't you have a range attack?
I mean, I can throw my dagger,
You
but
good?
that's about it.
You good?
Yeah, the
I
people
hope you have
got
more than
crossbows, right?
one.
I can certainly try.
You can always
I will
try.
throw my dagger at old goblin-y thingy. That's not bad. 26?
26 against the goblin. that will probably, yeah, that definitely hits.
I was about to say, wow, what armor is he wearing?
Yeah, I still had to check the AC
Yeah.
just for future reference.
Yeah. That's 9 piercing.
9 piercing. All right.
Sneak attack.
And
I would get sneak attack, yeah.
well, he didn't see you. So
Oh,
yeah,
so that's good. 12, 17 points of sneak attack damage.
17.
Mm-hmm.
The goblin is so dead.
Yes.
First.
I just give the thumbs up to Ashari.
All right.
Okay, so on 3.
Yeah. Let's jump
Alrighty.
through the window like old times.
Gred turns and kicks the door open.
All right. Hold on a little bit. I'm just gonna do a little thing there and there-ish. Yes, there-ish. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you're just gonna go crashing in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go right ahead and roll initiative.
Do we get a surprise round?
Not really. You kind of ruined it by trying to open the door and make everyone sleepy.
Okay. Ooh. Ka. We are really. That's great. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, thank God someone can roll high.
Roll initiative.
What happened? Come on. Oh, fine. Hold on. Just have to write this down. Okay. A lot of paper. That's fun. Alright. Let's see. Checking initiatives. That's low.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Dahia has
10.
10. And Dart has 7. Ashtari has 5.
Yep.
And Pix has 15. And Gred
It's also 15.
15.
Plus 4. Yeah.
It's plus 4.
Yeah.
Excellent. Or not so. Not so.
Not so good.
Not as good as it could have been with a much better roll.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
Let's see. That's the definition of interesting.
That's right.
Okay, so the hyenas actually act first.
Shit.
And one of them is going to rush up to Gred, all the way over there, and well, attack with a bite. I think.
Okay.
It's actually one of the few stats that I did not prepare for because I completely forgot about them. And also because I was preparing the stats while at work. I got distracted. So I'm actually using the goblin stats because I'm not using it anymore. Someone killed the goblin. So that's cocked. And that would definitely not hit. The other one goes up to Ashtari, also makes an attack, and definitely not hit. What's your AC, just for curiosity's sakes?
14.
17.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna. 12's not enough. That brings us to the two figures marked with G's on the map. They look like oversized hyenas walking on their hind legs, wearing armor and carrying weapons. You've definitely seen them before. If you remember what they are called, or if you do not, they are called gnolls.
But just regular gnolls.
The ones marked with G's are regular gnolls.
Just regular.
Okay, I just figured out what the F stands for. Thank you.
The F still looks kind of like a regular gnoll, but heavy armor and bigger weapons, deadlier weapons. The gnolls go first, and they actually have. Well, the blue one is the one over here. Is going to bring up a long bow and fire an arrow at Gred.
Okay.
That'll be a natural 19.
That hits.
That hits.
Yeah.
That's 1d8. That's still very low. That's also cocked. That's okay. I should have kept the cocked one. That'll be 2 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The other one lifts a spear and goes at Ashtari with a spear.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a good idea. Getting close. Stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll hit with
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
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 Stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Just for that, I'm giving him advantage on the roll. 3 points of piercing damage. I rolled the low. I rolled 1 on damage. Hooray!
Yes.
All right. Okay. Stabs at you with one hand. Barely grazes your shoulder. Enough to cut though, but well, it's not as bad as it looks. That. Oh, darn. I would like to point out that I am very, very sorry because Pix and Gred were supposed to go before the Pix.
That's okay.
Looking at
They had to drop on us in the first round.
That's
so
right.
yep.
You go first.
Yep.
All right. So Gred will point his pepper box at one of the hyenas, the
All right.
orange one, and he will shoot at it.
Okay. Yeah, that will be made with a disadvantage because it's up close.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's 20.
That hits.
And does sorry, just checking damage. 6 points of damage.
6 points. Okay. Would be like down here 6. Okay, I'm just also going to. No, wait, that's not what I want to do. That one. So forgot this. You shoot it at point blank range.
Yeah.
Goes deep into its shoulder and it's hurt, like really, really, very much hurt.
Yeah.
Barely standing, but still stands.
All right. He'll use his other shot to shoot at the same one.
Okay.
Also disadvantage. Another 20.
Still hits.
And that does 11 points of damage.
It you essentially with a second shot take a shot at the head and pretty much tears half of it off, splattering it onto the floor. It is definitely dead.
Yeah, loud bangs. Who's next?
Is that your turn, or would you like to do anything else?
No, that's my turn. I'll stay right there.
That brings us to
Me.
Dahia. No picks, sorry, picks. Same turn, sorry.
It's okay, I'm gonna move forward a little bit, kind of like
Right.
maybe up here-ish, just so I can kind of try and see what's going on a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then I am going to cast Sacred Flame at the green hyena that's attacking Ashtari.
All right.
So that's a dex save.
All
The
right.
hyena.
Dex save for the hyena is what's the DC?
14.
18.
Stupid dexterous dogs. Okay, and then as my bonus action, I will cast my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Round about here-ish.
All right. I'll just have to make one up then. Hold on. Any preference of color? dark red or
Yeah, red would be
red?
cool, but doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay. Say that would be damn papers everywhere. Where did you want it? Next to the
It's round about here.
yeah. It's a bit bigger than, but it's definitely there.
It's cool. And that's my 10.
All right. Now it's Dahia's turn.
Alright, because everyone's blocking the door, is there any way that I can stand behind Gred and throw my other dagger at F?
What's the range on that?
I've got 20 seconds.
I think so. I
will try. Okay. 21.
21 will hit.
Cool. And that is 8 piercing.
8 piercing. Alright.
Would I get sneak attack on him?
No.
Not really, would I? No.
No.
Fine. Can I bonus action? Ooh, I've got a bit of movement left. Can I hide behind this wall from anyone seeing me?
Yeah.
Cool. It is a 17 stealth.
Alright.
And that is my turn.
Right. That is Dahia's. Next is Dart.
I would like to move up to the window here, and
which? Oh, there. Yeah.
can I? I'd like to either open it or break it with the butt of the crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want? If you want to, well, it won't open, so you.
Oh no! I'll just smash it with the butt of the.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Okay. 18.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you smash it open, and Gred, next to you, the window shards, glass everywhere.
Expecting someone to be diving through it.
Yeah. And anything else? I'll just say that it's takes up half movement to break it.
Oh, then if I can shoot, then I'll shoot. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I'll shoot at the blue G, because I'm assuming that's the only one I have a real shot at.
Yeah, you have a clear shot at him.
Sure.
On them.
24 to hit.
Yeah, I think it hits.
I hope so.
Yep.
And that will do 8 damage.
8. Excellent. Okay. That brings us to what is Ashtari's dex modifier?
+3.
Okay, so you go first.
I'll put my hand on Gred's shoulder, saying, "Don't let your mind be full of fogs when fighting these stupid dogs." And you get 1 inspiration.
Okay.
It's an D8.
D8. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I turn to the gnome, and my eyes go completely black as I whisper unworldly secrets to him, and he has to make a will saving throw.
Okay. wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Against what DC?
Let me. 15.
14. Damn it.
So he now takes 17 points of psychic damage and has to move away from me as far as possible.
How much? 17?
17.
And has to use his action to move as far away as possible.
Yeah.
He looks shaken. Just not like he's not really into this fight at the moment. Terrified could be a word. And that brings us to Mr. F here.
He has to move away.
He has to move away, or
He must move away.
Does he move away on his turn?
He has to immediately use his reaction to move away. Is the exact wording that forms the spell.
Okay. I don't think he has much movement left, though, because he already took his action this turn. Okay.
Yeah, but he only moved 5 feet.
Oh,
Did
true.
he?
True. So that's 5. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is as far as he goes.
Okay, then I will risk an attack of opportunity for moving there.
Okay. And that's a hyena attack.
Hmm.
Because they worked out so well so far. I think this is cocked. That's terrible. Yeah, that doesn't hit. Let's just
Okay.
no. You can feel the jaw snapping at you, at your heels as you run through the corner.
Bad doggy.
And now it is Mr. F's turn. He'll go to the nearest one, which would be here, and attacks Ashtari. If I can kill one of you, that would be great. Well, it would be an experience anyway. Not great, but it would be an experience. That'll be to do. All right. With its glaive, it hits. Yeah, well, roll 20. Total 20, not natural. So it jabs at you with a glaive. And that'll be 8 points. No, sorry, you. Yes, 8 points of slashing damage. Second attack. Again with a glaive. Just rips it out and takes a wide swing. That's the floor.
I heard that.
Yeah.
And I just will close the door of the balcony. The big bugs come in.
Okay. I'm gonna get the die from the floor.
Am I dead?
Not yet.
Well, I rolled a backup die, and good news. It missed.
Yes.
I rolled a bad die. So the second attack misses. And it is going to... No, it's not going to do anything. Yeah. Not going to do anything. Hooray. That's it for its turn. That brings us to... well, top of the round, I believe, which is a hyena that attacks Gred. And I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Hooray! And for biting,
It's
actually.
okay.
So,
Your damage is really good, so you know.
there it is. And maximum damage.
Oh, nice.
It's 14 points of that be piercing, I believe, for biting.
Ow.
Yeah. And yeah, that's its turn. That brings us to Gred and Pix.
Alrighty. Should I go first?
Mhm.
Okay. Gred's gonna move away from the hyena.
It gets an attack of opportunity then.
Okay.
And rolled 16.
Miss.
Okay, what's your AC?
Okay. 17.
17. Alright.
Yeah. Close.
Nice one. Okay.
Alright, and then he's going to fire at that hyena.
Alright.
That's not good. It is 12.
Yeah, I believe technically it should hit, although I'm using the goblin traits because it's not actually wearing leather armor or shield.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say that 12 hits.
And that's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage is enough to take down a hyena. Grab my
Great. Then with my other shot, I'll fire at F.
F. All right.
Yeah. And that's a 25.
25 hits.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That brings it up to 13. All right. Okay. That's your turn, or
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my turn.
And then it's Pix's turn.
Okay. Pix is gonna move up so that she can touch Gred, not in a weird way. And she is gonna cure wounds.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, 10 hit points.
10.
All right.
Thank
And
you.
then with her bonus action, she's going to move her spiritual weapon over towards F.
Okay.
And she's going to try and hit that. And spiritual weapon damage, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I'll have to move that.
14 to hit.
That'll miss.
I'm not hitting well tonight. Okay, let's move 10.
Alright. That brings us to the gnolls. The blue one will fire another arrow at, I think, Pix this time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to. That's still cocked. It's cocked again. And that's good. With a longbow, 23.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And a D8. Also, maximum damage for 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just gonna stand there. So the other one, does he still need to run away as
No.
fast as he can? No.
Now the effects are over now.
Okay. So he's going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, and jab spear at Pix also.
That's not very nice.
It's very not nice,
Mm.
but it's the closest one that's not blocked by someone else. And that would be a 22.
Yeah.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
With one hand. And that brings us to Dahia.
Can I get past that from where I'm standing?
Yeah.
To get in the doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Cool. I can get to... I want to go... It's awful, but can I stand over the hyena's body and stab old Yellow G?
Yeah. Nobody cares about the hyenas anyway.
Cool. I'm going with my rapier. That's true. 26.
26 will hit a gnoll. Yes.
Cool. I'm doing sneak attack because I ran in from hiding, and it's person within feet. So that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18 points of damage.
That would, yeah.
That'll do it.
You rush up behind the gnoll and yank its hair and stab it with a rapier right through.
Yeah, right through the
And
kidney.
it collapses down. Well, it doesn't collapse any other way, so it collapses.
Collapses up. What?
It collapses upwards.
What is gravity? That's my turn.
That is your turn, and you just killed an gnoll. Congratulations. That brings us to Dart.
Do I know? Since we've all fought together and stuff before, do I know? Can I shoot magic through the space that the spiritual weapon is at?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to, I guess, come in here if I can.
Okay.
And then I'll do Chaos Bolt at 2nd level to F.
Chaos Bolt?
Yes.
Okay.
You hurl an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy at one creature in range.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged spell attack, which will be...
You'll need to make spell attack roll, I believe.
17 then?
17 hits.
Okay. And then it'll be... It's going to be fire damage. And...
Fire damage, yeah.
Yes. And 12 points of fire damage.
How much? 12?
Yes.
Alright, that brings it up to...
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Yeah, it takes the fire damage. It singes its fur and scorches its armor. It does not look happy about being burned. Definitely. And it's Ashtari's turn.
I'll draw my rapier and I'll stab that F-stone.
Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead and stab away.
My attack bonus for 22.
22. Yeah, that's enough to hit.
And I'll use my bonus action to put a point of bardic inspiration and to make extra psychic damage.
Okay.
That's 11 points of piercing damage plus 7 points of psychic damage.
11 plus 7.
Yep.
For 18, that's... Math. Hold on. Then Mr. F looks hurt. Very. The stab was, well, pretty bad for him. But it just looks like his head is in pain as well.
He's got a mean brain freeze.
Yeah, he's just puts his hand to his forehead while trying to swing by. However, he just would prefer to attack someone who was more visual in their attack. So he uses the swings and takes a wide swing with a glaive that has reach and attack start with a wide swing. And rolls a 24.
That's gonna hit, yeah.
That'll hit then, yeah. Okay, not too bad. 8 points of slashing damage.
Alrighty.
Okie doke. Then makes another attack with a... or continues the swing towards Ashtari.
Uh-oh.
And that'll be... Let's see, 22?
To hit.
You.
Oh. Yeah, that hit. Definitely hit.
And that's 10 points of slashing damage.
I'm still okay.
Not dead yet.
It's just a flesh
let's
wound.
see. Okay. Top of the round. Hyena's dead. So that brings us to Gred and Pix.
Do you want to go first, Pix?
No, you go.
All right. Gred's gonna fire at F. He seems to be hurting his friend.
Okay. You are shooting through Dahia, but your experience with each other during the war, she knows how to get out of the way. Shots.
Okay, I'll move a little bit more just in case.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's
I
24.
prefer it.
24. Yeah, that'll hit.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Yeah.
That is awful. So how does it go down?
He just gets a bullet straight through the neck.
Bullet straight through the neck.
Yeah.
Cake. Your microphone.
Oh, I can't hear it, so I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Still doing it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about now?
Yeah.
Still doing it now?
Yeah.
What about now?
A little bit.
Anything
Yeah.
there? Better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. From
That's the
Ashtari,
best thing ever.
from Ashtari's point of view, the apparent leader of these gnolls just stands there just after slashing him open a little, slightly, and suddenly stops moving, and blood on the wall that wasn't there before, and then he just slowly collapses down on the floor.
I look over to Gred, and that's how you shoot.
And Gred goes, yeah, and without looking, he fires his other gun at the gnoll.
The other gnoll.
And gets an 11.
Well, you should have been looking while firing.
Overconfident.
You still got a point of inspiration.
There's also,
Oh, yes. I'll use that.
yeah, you can use that.
Plus 3. So what's that? 14.
Yeah, that still hits the door behind him.
Pew! Dope.
And it's Pix's turn.
Okay, I am going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Ashtari.
Okay.
9 hit points.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's my bonus action. And then with my action, because she's had no luck whatsoever with spells,
Yeah, I think Dani just
Froze?
Froze, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
froze.
Yeah, she just froze just when she was getting to the good point.
Yeah. Oh, there she's back.
Oh, you just froze. Yeah.
did
you're
I
back.
freeze in a really embarrassing?
No, you just
No,
getting.
you're fine.
No,
Right.
you were just getting to the good part.
Yeah, she's going to attack with her crossbow because she's fed
Okay.
up of not hitting things with spells.
All right.
So, crossbow. Oh my god. 13.
13. That'll miss.
She
Unfortunately.
forgot her glasses, so that's
Yep.
her story.
It's a valiant effort.
The thoughts there.
Yeah, yeah. which brings us to, well, the knoll. Just fired it from 2 individuals and releases an arrow towards Gred. I really like this die. New favorite. That's a natural 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. The D8 for total of 2 points of piercing damage.
May need another D8 though.
This D8,
No, we don't.
the D8 is good on getting either the lowest or the highest. Very rarely anything in between.
Yeah.
So it's good in a way, I suppose. However, the it's not very far it can run off to. So it is going to. They are going to just get over here-ish, which is pretty much just being in the same place because it's not very big and no cover or anything, so it's trash. I'm gonna make one fun roll, see if what happens. Yeah, he's panicking. He's definitely panicking.
Good.
It's a definite panic.
Yeah, maybe we could take it alive and get some information.
And it is Dahia's turn.
She is going to run to him and stab him with a rapier.
I said take him alive.
That's not gonna happen with a 28.
28. Yeah, that hits.
That's 11 points of piercing.
It's only 11?
Only 11. I didn't get sneak attack on him, so.
No.
I can roll sneak attack if you'd like.
Well, no. Yeah. The gnoll is seriously hurt. Badly. And panicking. And it is Dart's turn.
I'll just look at the remaining gnoll and say, intimidatingly, we have you surrounded, throw down your arms, and you may live to see another day.
Okay. So roll for me intimidation.
That'll be a 7.
7.
Yes.
Yeah, no. It doesn't look like it's going to surrender. It's has a bow aimed and quickly moves it, trying to decide whom to fire the arrow at.
Poking it with my rapier.
Ashtari's turn.
I look at him. It's a no. You know that you look so ugly that your mother must have been a really stupid dog.
Oh.
And he must make a wisdom saving throw.
Even Dahia wants this.
That's a 16.
No comment.
Well, I think the gnoll just found its target.
Hey, I got healed. I have hit points again.
It is Gred and Pix's turn. Top of the round.
Yeah, Gred's gonna move closer and go, There's no reason for you to die as well.
Alright. You can make a persuasion check, but I'm gonna give you a disadvantage because the intimidation didn't work earlier, so
You're welcome.
so he's the knoll is cornered and it's very likely to lash out.
Persuasion 11.
11. Damn it.
Can I say something because we used to be part of a team together?
Yeah.
Just kill him. I can talk with him later.
Ah, what about that?
Well, it throws down its arms, ready to surrender.
Like, nope, I'm good.
Well, 11 was enough to convince him.
Okay.
I still stand there with my rapier at his neck.
Yeah.
I will put a cure wounds into me on second level.
Okay.
Yes. 15 points of healed.
Right. Okay, so we are officially, let's say, out of the combat situation. So you can now spend a little time to take in a little bit what's around you in the room.
I'm kicking his weapons away from him.
Yeah.
Can someone bind the gnoll or cuff him or what you ever have?
I've got. Shit.
I think I've got rope.
We should have rope.
Yeah,
I
I
got
have rope. Let's rope him.
Yeah. I'll tie him up.
Alright, so is anyone proficient with rope? No, I'm joking. Okay.
Not in that way.
Right. I believe it. I believe the most appropriate would be maybe a survival roll.
Okay.
To bind him.
Does anyone else
30.
need healing?
I'm injured, but I should be okay, and I have some potions.
I'm good.
Yeah, I can do a prayer of healing for all of us because I'm pretty beat up at the moment.
I'm good now on hit points after my spell.
I am not good.
Then
Does anybody else need? And I'll do a mass one, but if not, I'll just do.
just wait. I put a spell on you.
Are you
While
okay
they're doing
with
that,
Second level cure wounds on you.
I'm going up to effing retrieving my dagger from its
13
body.
points.
Yeah, I should be okay. I've got a few scrapes, but I'm fine.
But a long, short rest I wouldn't recommend here.
Not with the door right behind us.
Mm.
No.
And now I want to know what the question mark is.
Alright.
Yeah.
Examining it, it seems to be fully grown halfling woman.
Yeah.
Yay!
Although
Hey guys.
We found her.
well, it's still but it appears that they've been gnawing on her for a while. So most of her torso is torn up, and most of things below the neck area, and some of things above the neck area.
That's not cute.
Look over to Pix. Yeah, this is more your area of expertise.
I think it's been eaten by hyenas. That's just my medical.
I just side-eye Pix like.
Cause of death.
That's your professional option.
No, I will do a medicine check though, just to see if I notice anything else. Kind of any wounds from what's left that aren't consistent with the hyenas.
You can make a medicine check.
There was gold.
11.
11.
I think she's been eaten by
Well, with 11, yes, it actually looks like there are no wounds that you can see. It actually looks like that she was eaten alive.
Oh.
Possibly her throat was torn out first, so
Is her
at
mouth
some point, maybe.
intact?
Hmm?
Is her mouth intact?
Is her mouth? Yes, more or less.
Okay, if you want, we can talk to her.
I actually think that we might want to save that for the next
Okay.
session, because it's getting late for some people and early for others.
I'm gonna go back to bed. Yay!
Yay!
All right.
Okay, thank
So
you.
we've got
Thank you for playing
a
this
live
session.
knoll.
You have one knoll alive, a lot of them dead, and
A closed door.
closed door. Dead body of a halfling. By the way, before we quit for the evening, Pick, since you are examining the halfling body, I would also like you to make an investigation roll.
Okay. 7.
7! Hooray! Would anyone else like to give it a go?
This dice is going away.
Well, okay. So, examining her, you do not see any schematics or anything resembling schematics. And now we are going to stop for the evening. Or morning for some people. Thank you for playing. It's nice to have you here, and we will continue this in 2 weeks.
Thank you for running.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for having us.
Okay, then. Goodbye.
Bye.